Hey guys, here's how the CB125 donor bike project is looking. It's pretty much ready to fire up, and I've got new tires, tubes, rim strips, I got a new tank, a seat, and everything's ready to go back on. But I've got one big problem, which is I've got a big oil leak coming from the clutch cover. So I have a new gasket, and I'm going to make a video where I'm putting that back on. Okay, so here you can see I've got the bike down on its side. When I do this, whenever I can do it this way, I prefer putting the bike on the side so that all of the oil goes down to the other side of the engine, and that way I don't have to empty the oil. Not that there's a lot, because most of it leaked out, but that just makes life a little bit easier. Obviously, I removed a whole bunch of stuff. I just removed the the shift lever from the other side because I don't want the bike resting on it. We've got the exhaust pipe off, then the foot peg. The rear brake lever is still on there, but I think we can remove this cover without it. I obviously had to remove the clutch cable as well. So we'll go ahead and take this off. All right. Got the cover off. I had to use an impact driver to get some of the screws on, which is weird because I hadn't been on there for that long. I'd gone in here before because there was a problem with the shift rod over here, and I had to replace that, which was a pain because it required taking out the oil filter, the clutch, etc. But I did get that in there, and when I put it back, I did notice that the gasket had ruptured right here, and you can see I tried to put a little sealant there, but obviously that didn't do the trick. So now I'm going to remove it. You can see it's actually broken up here as well. I'm going to remove it and put in the new one. Okay, it took a while to go around and shave off all the pieces of the gasket material because it was sticky, but I finally got it, and now I'm putting on this new gasket that I got. I'm not terribly impressed by the quality, but it'll do. It just looks like they kind of did like a laser cut of a piece of cardboard or something. It doesn't look like much more than a cereal box, but that's all I got. So I'm going to put this back on and then button it up. Okay, so I've got all of the crankcase bolts back on and snugged up, and you can see the gasket material extruding the case slightly down here. It's not a great gasket. I definitely wouldn't buy from them again, and I'll put a link to their store in the description if you wanted to try to avoid them. The material itself was just really this like thin fibrous cardboard, and it just wasn't cut very well, and so it took a lot of work trying to align it, and in fact there was a portion over here where the gasket actually tore to the left of this screw, and I don't think that should be a problem because it would have been I think it would have been a bigger issue if it was to the right of it, but hopefully this will hold. It's all I've got, and my lesson learned here is just splash out and get a full gasket set instead of being cheap and just getting the single one, because you'll probably need the other ones eventually. Anyway, so that's it. Now I'm gonna wrap the pipe. I've got a little some fiberglass wrap to spiffy it up a little bit. I'm also gonna I'm gonna do the wheels first. I'm gonna put new tires on, front and rear, and take it from there. So there you go. Replace the gasket on the crankcase in a CB125. Thanks, guys.
So once the engine seemed like it was pretty much ready to go, I started working on some of the other stuff, like the tank. I had the original red tank, and I really wanted to use it, but there was a huge dent in it. So I tried everything to get it out, including inflating like a tube inside it, heating it up and then spraying a bunch of compressed air. None of those sort of like YouTube hacks worked. Maybe the dent was just too big. So in the meantime, I just started to get stuff like the seat. I got some new shocks, but they were too big. But it was looking pretty good. I mean, from where it started. And I also ordered a new tank. This was crazy. This was from China. It was $129. Came in 2 days somehow. Took a lot of measurements, and it did fit. So everything was moving along just great. Although the world had other plans.